You have so many tools at your disposal. I think, even when you were talking here at my clinic, mentioned a wide array of tools that we can use to optimize our health. Of course, the mental health is very much connected to the physical health. So I think we have an explosion of technologies right now, and it's you probably are at the forefront of it. Probably everybody's pitching, at you to try to get you to implement them. Has that been invigorating or it just overwhelming? How has it been for you?
Well, I would, if I had to pick one of those two words, it would be invigorating. And of course, there's a lot of nonsense, as you know, in medicine and natural healthcare that comes along. And so you have to filter those things out. And I say I'm pretty good at that, fair. Or they're repeats or regurgitations of what happened in the past. But when you start to look at the future of modern healthcare, it will be electronic, it will be genetics, it will be stem cells. There's no question in my mind. Now, the powers that be that make money on other avenues aren't happy about this. So it's going to take longer than it ought to get to the public, which it could remarkably help. I mean, we've been working with one of the most advanced stem cell doctors in the United States, in the world, literally, but he's here in Florida, thank God, for very advanced cases of disorders, cancers, et cetera. And when I can combine the work we do with lifestyle and attitudinal medicine and start to take the state-of-the-art stem cell approaches, it is stunning. People that should have died, let's be honest with you, didn't die in many cases because of this. When you look at genetics, I mean, genetics is still in the infantile level, but in the last decade, we've learned that certain people have genes that can't methylate or digest or utilize certain nutrients. And so what does that mean? Folate is one of the big ones. And when women have a folate malabsorption problem and they have babies, this is why we have brain injury in babies. This little simple genetic discovery means if we just give the right folate to these women and they're pregnant, no longer will we have the level and number of kids that are born with problems. When it comes to B12, that 70% of the population globally lack B12. Meat eaters, dairy eaters, they lack it at an 8% higher than healthy vegans. So this is a universal problem. And if you lack B12 long-term, and let me repeat so you don't miss what I said, 70%, 7 out of 10 people worldwide have a B12 deficiency. Now, not all of them have a methylation problem, but a percentage have a methylation problem. And I'll go one step further. So that means a mom and dad both had a genetic predisposition not to absorb that particular bacteria, because B12 is not a B vitamin. It's a soil-based microorganism. You lack that, you end up with dementia. I don't care what you eat. That is the #1 trigger for dementia. And so genetics is going to help us. And remember, we're in kindergarten. We're going to go to middle school and then imagine when we get to the university with this. And then one of the things that I'm happy about, Ann Wigmore, our founder, after healing stage 4 cancer, when the Harvard guys in 52 told her she was going to die in 3 months, within 3 months, she coined the name lifestyle medicine. And she was such a vision person. She realized that what was lacking in healthcare then, and sadly today, when we're recording this, is self-care. That even the natural doctors come to me, pay me, I heal you. Well, it's a wrong approach. That what we should say, and I'm sure you do this because you're a very integrity-filled human being. You tell people you can't heal them. You basically tell people you're going to help them. You can support them. You can give them what you know and your knowledge. And by the way, the next time they come, you're going to know more. And so it's this process. But she realized that people don't know how to live. That my loving and extraordinary mom and dad literally were the first drug pushers I met. They taught me about eating sugar when I was good, and when I was bad, they took away the dope. They were the people that said, I need meat every single day, or I die of protein deficiency. All of this stuff, not because they were bad people, because they were conditioned by a culture that's broken, a society that's broken, that's really governed by marketers. That we don't have a cultural norm. We have marketers that mold our imagery of what we should be, who we should. Look at what they've done to young girls, the adolescents. You know, they have them anorexic, they have them bulimic, because they say, if you don't look like this, you're not an attractive young woman. And we're doing all kind of weird things with that. This is all harmful. But if you can raise above it and start to say to yourself, I see the nonsense and I choose not to participate in the nonsense, that's the first step. And these technologies that we're talking about, we call it energy medicine, have been extraordinary. We're working with a brand new one that was put together by the top guy in the world. He's at the Max Planck Institute in Zurich now, and it's called the Cocoon. And they have 12 cards that frequencies come out of the cards. So everything from if you have a sleep disorder to you want a calming effect. They have one that's really cute. They call it the Hawaiian one, that actually pulls you out, relaxes you a little bit. And these things work. I don't have a sleep disorder. I don't have a sleeping problem. But I put this into experiment with myself, and I slept so much deeper. It was absolutely visible within the first night of sleep. So these are the kind of things we see that are going to really liberate us to be healthy and to keep us healthy, so that our immune system doesn't weaken, so that cancers and viruses and bacteria and all of this disease and death causing concern is part of your life. No, you're going to maybe have them attack you, but you're not going to succumb to it.